Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you are feeling better than I do, because this night, I tell you, personally, I didn't sleep at all. I was super sick and I needed all morning to feel better. I feel already better, luckily, so I can record, because we have a lot of things to go through. It is international break, so let's speak about individual players, more than players as a team, because at the moment there are not a lot of players at La Continassa. We have some news, Arthur, Pinsoglio, but also individual players that are playing abroad in their national teams. How were their performance of Juve players, but also from some targets. So maximum flag, if you didn't yet, please continue to subscribe to the channel. We start with the first news. Arthur will not be signed permanently by Fiorentina. Is it a surprising news? Is it a shocking news? Absolutely not. I remember that here on the channel, when we knew that it was official that he went to loan to Fiorentina for a season with a possibility to buy, I said he can do whatever he wants. He will not be signed permanently. They saw an opportunity of an injured player, because he came back from an injury, that they could possibly test for 1 year long, not paying that much. Juventus saw a possibility to save a bit on his salary, even if we are paying part of his salary, but saving what we could save from a total disaster deal, because that's what we did with Barcelona. It was a total disaster. I believe top 5, top 10 of the most disaster deal in the history of Juve. And we are trying to find solutions. That's also why we extended even 1 year the contract of Arthur. Now, I am absolutely not surprised that they will not do it, because honestly, the season of Arthur is quite well with Fiorentina. 36 games played. He's showing that he's playing with continuity. He's showing that that injury is in the past. He's showing that he's also an important piece in the team of Vincenzo Italiano. And speaking about the coach will leave at the end of the season. So this, plus let's be honest, the real initial idea of Fiorentina has never been to sign him permanently. Well, all of that accumulated makes that he will come back, and we'll have to find another solution, because he has a contract until 2026, so 2 more years with Juve. I heard about some rumors about Benfica for the Brazilian player, which would be really nice, which would be interesting, but Benfica, they are not stupid. Of course, they will come to Juve, and first they will start negotiating on a loan for the player for 1 year with an option to buy, or even maybe, who knows, buying permanently, but then for a really cheap. So it will be a tough task, because salary, I believe he was earning 5 million euro per season for 2 years for a player that with Allegri, with another coach, with whoever, will not play at Juve. It's a wedding that is not working. It is what it is. Yesterday we spoke about 3 young players in the video, about Huijsen, about Soulé, about Yildiz. Let's start with the most easy one, because this night, for the people that were awake and that watched Argentina under 23, that second goal of Soulé, mamma mia. Yesterday I was asking to Soulé to send a sign. Well, he didn't wait that long, because the second goal that he's scoring, the goal that he's scoring, is just out of this world. The ball is coming in the air, exterior of the foot. I believe that even Ibrahimovic would not have dared to do what he did yesterday. What a goal. The commentator were totally crazy. He's already a crazy commentator. One of Argentina is totally crazy. He went totally crazy. Genio. Crack! Beautiful words to describe that goal of Soulé. Just beautiful. I sent him a message on Instagram. He's probably sleeping, so let's see when he will answer me about the congratulation that I sent him to Matias Soule. But I was extremely happy. So if we wanted a sign, if we wanted something, I don't believe in coincidence. I believe it's really a sign, guys. Keep him. And then we go to the Turkish player that, yes, they didn't win, Turkey, but he played for, I believe, 65, 67 minutes, 70, more or less 70 minutes. Yildiz, that played a really good game. He didn't score. He tried, he was close to score, but then you have a goalkeeper that saved it, but he played a really solid game. There were some people that were telling me, Beppe, really strong, really good Yildiz, that was a starter. Arda Güler came in the second half, because they have 2 beautiful jewels, and they have a good national team, but Yildiz is a player that in Euro 2024 will probably be a starter, Now the big question is, we need to start him as well. And how can we start him? In what role can we start him? Yesterday he played again in that position of Federico Chiesa with the Turkish national team. So we need to find a solution to make both of them play, because we know it by ancienity, by status, by contract, by age. We know that Federico starts We know that. Then, if we are speaking about pace, if we are speaking about the actual form of the players, Yildiz deserve. Yildiz deserve. I have one big wish. The first time that he broke through at Juventus, it was when he came back from the national team. Do you remember? He came back from the national team with a fantastic goal with Germany. He comes back, and then we see the fantastic Yildiz. Hopefully, that national break can even boost him more, and also making Max thinking, this guy, whatever is happening, he needs to start. I need to find a solution to make him start from the first minute already against Lazio, where, pay attention, we will miss and Vlahovic and Milik. And the only player that will be there will be Moiskin, that is working to find some pace, because it's already a long time that he didn't play for 90 minutes. Anyway, Yildiz we spoke, Soulé we spoke, we go to the third one, Huijsen. And it's not that much on the field that I want to speak, but I just want to speak about what happened yesterday. Yesterday I made a video where there was that big title of Gazzetta dello Sport. Juventus, I come back and I will stay there for really long. And I said he never said that. I said he never said that. It would have been fun. Would it be probably better for me to put these big titles, these big clickbait titles with big, huge news, because at least it's not really clickbait. It's just reporting the title of Gazzetta dello Sport. Huijsen for life, or something like that, or Dean forever, Dean Juventino, Dean for whatever. But I read the article one time, two times, I said, but it's not what he's saying. It's actually a manipulated thing from what he just said. And actually, a few hours later, Dean Huijsen is posting on Instagram that his words have been manipulated by Gazzetta dello Sport. Why am I telling you all these kind of things? Because, you know, it on the channel, the objective have never been to go with these big titles or to manipulate you, or at least not even to just report the big headlines or just, you know, the first paragraph. But the news that I try to report you are the most correct news that I can report you, at least what really has been said. Then, of course, when we are speaking about Mercato, one player can come, one player can leave, but at least trying to report you what is real. And that's why I take my time, and sometimes the videos are a bit later than usual. You can criticize me on a lot of things. You can criticize me about my opinion. You can say, Beppe, on this one I don't agree with you, on this one I don't agree with you, on this one I agree with you, this one, total stupid idea, on this one I would love that you are a bit more harsh in your opinion, this one I would love that you defend a bit less. You can criticize me on a lot of topics about opinions, but about the channel, what it is, and the authenticity of the channel, I believe that, or I hope that you can really appreciate the honesty. And I was extremely happy to see Huijsen actually saying what I just said 3 hours before. That said, we go to another news, a beautiful one. Pinsoglio, that can possibly extend for 1 more year. On this one, I had not that much doubt, you know, that we have our 3 goalkeepers, that their contract will end at 2025. So Pinsoglio is opening the dance with him. Firstly, renewing until 2026, which is good for a third goalkeeper. Then let's see who will be the second one between Perin and Szczesny, and who will be the third one, if there will be a third extension of contract until 2026 for the goalkeepers. But that was an important one. Then, yesterday, Mitaj played with Albania. I didn't watch him, but I know that Juventus was monitoring him, and a lot of Albanian from the community here, they were saying, Beppe, we were watching him now, especially now, because he has been linked with Juve, and he did extremely well. So it's a player that, we are starting to be convinced. So if you are from Albania or whatever, or a national team that has a potential Juve player, let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to read you, but also to say hello to you. And then Merino, I watch personally Merino, and also Zubimendi, 2 players from Real Sociedad that are on the books of Juve, because yesterday on the second channel, Football, we did our first live, our first watch along, which was extremely nice. So thank you to all the people that were there popping up to say hello. I'm thinking about Serraz, I'm thinking about Juve Pulse, about Abai, about a lot of people that just were there together with me. So thank you, Sasha, etc., etc. Merino, I was impressed by his presence, by his physique. He didn't play an exceptional game, but I really thought, like, okay, this is a player that I could potentially see at Juve. A bit less convinced by Zubimendi yesterday, but it's a player that I personally like, especially, guys, it is not Toni Kroos, it is not, We know it, but we are speaking about a player that will be a free contract at the end of the season, or really on a cheap. Now I'm a bit confused because my head is bursting. But Merino is a good player. That's something that I can confirm. Which other names do I have on my list? I still have 2 names, and then the video is over. It's a short one today. I start with Jorginho. I heard again there were a possible contract extension with Arsenal from 2025 until 2026, but at the moment the discussion has been stopped by Arsenal. Because Jorginho is also thinking to go back in Italy. Player born in 91, so I'm 42. He should be 32 because he's 10 years younger than me. 32, you can still show something, you can still do something, you can bring experience. Jorginho has never been a player that I fell in love with, has never been one of my favorite players. Now, if we're speaking about a player that initially I didn't really like, on top of that, he's 32. No thank you for Jorginho. Undubious quality, undubious good player, but it's not the player that I like. I would love to see next season, if possible, a Juve that is playing a bit faster. A Juve that is playing in one touch. A Juve that is not only playing horizontally, but a Juve that is playing vertical, really fast. What, for example, the 15-20 first minutes of Spain were doing yesterday. They lost at the end. Hopefully Juventus will not lose. But, you know, this fast change of side, but, you know, in one touch, two touch, a bit more. I'm not saying quality because Jorginho is a qualitative player, but I want a bit of velocity. I want a bit of we go fast. And that's what I would love to do. And I believe, according to the latest rumors, and that's why it's a bit strange, that Giuntoli, he knows that one of his targets are continuing to find young players that can give that dynamism to you. And then the last name, and that's a young player that is fast, that has that dynamism. And he came back today on the front pages of Gazzetta dello Sport. It is Greenwood. It's not the first time that the name Greenwood has been linked to Juve. Look, if you're speaking about the private situation, it's a no-go. Stop. Without any discussion. Without any discussion. We all know what happened. If you're speaking about the player, it's a yes. The player is great. The player is really great. I remember his very first game with Manchester United, first team, and I was already looking at him like, that's a good player. And he is a good player, and he's showing it also now in La Liga. And then you have the two things. You have the player, you have the private situation. The man. The player, the man. The player, the man. Where does he split? Look, he has been judged. He's trying to have a second chance in life. And I wish him the best. Of course, I wish him the best. Like I wish everyone that made a mistake, that made something disgusting, if they can have a second chance, why not? I don't know personally what and how. I don't want to enter. The thing is, I condemn that episode that he did in the past. Look, I would pass personally because I believe that, unfortunately, but the label is too big. The label, the sticker that has been put on him of what he did is too big. And in a certain moment that you have been forgiven or not, there are consequences. You need to take accountability, responsibility on it. Me as Juventus, look, a good player, undubious good player, but I would personally pass. Personally, because it's not the right thing. It's not the right thing. I believe. I can be wrong, but I believe it's not the right thing. So it's only Gazzetta dello Sport that is speaking about it. Hopefully it's just a rumor and not more than that, so that we don't even have to speak about it. We already spoke about it when it initially broke the news. We said to condemn, not acceptable. We spoke about it again when the news was back. When he was linked to Juve for the first time, I believe in the summer, we said player yes, person no, and I don't change my mind. So let me know in the comments what you think about all the video. Thank you, grazie, forza, Juve.